Here with 2023 receiver Cayden Lee. Cayden, I guess first of all I'm going to ask you about Georgia, because what's that relationship like with them? And obviously they've had some coaching turnover since last season, but what's that relationship like with Coach McClendon?
Coach McClendon, he's a great coach. He's developed a lot of guys, and I talked to him while he was at Oregon. So when he came to Georgia, we already knew each other. He knows my trainer, Terrence Edwards, so we have a good relationship.
How much did that mean to you when Coach McClendon got hired? Because obviously there's the uncertainty of who Georgia's going to bring in, all that kind of stuff. When you found out it was Coach McClendon, kind of what was your reaction, and how long did it take for him to reach out to you and say, hey, you're still a guy that I want?
I'll say my initial reaction was, I'm happy that it's somebody that I already know, so like that relationship is already kind of there with a different school, but now hopefully it transfers here. And then ended up reaching out fairly soon, and then got a chance to talk to Kirby Smart as well, and Kirby's Kirby. He's a great coach.
How much have they sort of circled you as one of the priority guys they're looking at, I guess, no matter who the receiver coach is?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's Georgia. They're going to get good players in there. They're going to talk to a lot of people, but I feel like Georgia really likes me a lot.
So I was talking with your mom earlier. She said you grew up an Alabama fan. So how did that whole dynamic play out in January?
My dad's side of the family is from Birmingham, so I was with my grandparents, and we just always would watch Alabama. I mean, Alabama's had success since here to here, so I mean they're always going to be Alabama with Nick Saban, and they're just going to always have a good program. What
stands out the most about Coach McClendon? You've, I guess, obviously had a relationship with him for a long time. What do you like most about him? The way he coaches his guys, all that kind of stuff.
I'll say he's a really hands-on coach from what I've heard from some of his past players and some of his players currently. He's a really hands-on coach. He likes to really just talk to the players, and like if you see something wrong, he's not just going to be like, do this, do that. He's going to come up and show you how to do it.
So, and I guess same thing about Coach Smart, defensive coach obviously, but what do you like most about Coach Smart?
Coach Smart, he's a player's coach. I mean, a lot of players like him. He recruits really well. He's going to get the top guys in there.
So, I mean, as a receiver, you've heard this whole notion, right, of Georgia's a run-first school, it's not a place for receivers to go, all that kind of stuff. How do you evaluate that as a receiver in this coming-up class?
Well, I mean, I know Coach Munkin, other offensive coordinators in there. He's trying to switch some things up. I've had some conversations with him, and I know Georgia's had a lot more success than last year than they've had in the past year. So they're trying to throw the ball a lot more. They're trying to switch that around.
Having Coach Munkin as an offensive coordinator, but also a guy that's coached a lot of great receivers in his day, how much does that make Georgia kind of stand out? The fact that you kind of got a second receiver coach in that offensive coordinator spot.
I mean, I like it a lot because back to what you were saying, how Georgia's going to be a run team. In order to throw the ball, you have to be able to run the ball. So if you have a team that can run, you can throw it willingly. So Coach Munkin's going to do that.
So looking forward, I know I've talked with you about this before, but you got Georgia, South Carolina, Central Florida, Ole Miss, kind of as four standouts. Fifth spot for a potential official is kind of up in here. What are we looking at as far as timeline, possible officials, all that kind of stuff going forward?
Well, previously I would say I was trying to commit before the season, but I think my timeline is going to be moved up a little bit, hopefully to get a commitment out in July.